Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Spartan Stadium on the campus of Lima Senior High School, where tonight, the #1 team in the state, the Marion Local Flyers, welcomes in the Ansonia Tigers. Hello, everyone. I'm Danny Holbrook, alongside Darren Gilbert and our entire WOSN crew. And, Gilly, what a treat we get tonight. Marion Local putting up some historical numbers, and by that I mean 49 points a game. They only give up 3 defensively. Ansonia comes in with some big numbers, too. It's the immovable force versus the unstoppable object, right?
Yeah, it's going to be a fantastic game on dry conditions. It rained majority of the day. However, playing on this turf field, it's not going to affect the play, so to speak. The winds have died down, and I think it's going to be a great night for football. Yeah,
let's take a look at the keys of the game tonight. Gilly, first for Ansonia. The Tigers come in 11-1, 9-0 in their league.
Well, I think number one, they've got to establish the running game with Henderson and Schmidtmeyer. You got to lean on what got your team to this point in the season. Think about this: over 2,900 yards on the ground and 39 touchdowns combined by these two young men. Number two, you got to mix the RPO, the run-pass option, with effectiveness, and you got to move the chains. Marion Local, you made a great point. They're stingy defense. Ansonia's going to have to keep the Flyers honest and mix in the run with the pass. And number three, you cannot allow Marion Local extra opportunities or possessions. What do I mean there? Minimize your turnovers, have unnecessary penalties that can stall your own drives or extend opportunities for Marion Local because of that.
Gilly, we take a look at Marion Local, the 2-time defending state champions, on track for a 3rd state title in a row, unheard of. The closest anybody's been to them is 21 points this year.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. They gave up the most points, last week at 14?
Right.
And that was late in the game. But, let's take a look at Marion Local, and let's come up with what we got here for a game plan. Keys to the game. Number one, why fix it if it isn't broke? Continue to do what you do best with fundamental play and execution. Number two, where is number 21 and where is number 6 for Ansonia? And I think Marion Local's got to keep 8 in the box to contain Ansonia's big play threats. And number 3, spread the wealth both on the ground and through the air. And what do I mean by that? Get it to your variety of playmakers.
Gilly, it's Marion Local, it's Ansonia, it's the 3rd week of the Ohio High School football playoffs, and we got a dandy. And you're going to get all the action right here on WOSN. Welcome back to Spartan Stadium on the campus of Lima Senior High School. Tonight's scoreboard sponsor is Ultimate Outdoor, bringing resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. And our instant replay sponsor is Burke Petroleum, now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available. 800-776-3097. So, Gilly, we're just about ready to go underway here. We've talked a lot about Marion Local, and rightfully so. But look, this Ansonia team, they've got 2 backs, one with 1,900 yards, and Gilly, the other
31 touchdowns.
Close to 1,000 yards. They really know how to run the football.
Between those two, 39 times crossing that goal line. And like you said, almost 2,900 yards running the football with efficiency. What does that say about their ability to get the ball in space and make something good happen?
Sure, and most of the times when we say a team is one-dimensional against Marion Local, it's a problem. But this team is so efficient at running the ball. Let's see what happens. Now, they don't pass the ball much. Again, we talked about that pregame a little bit. Their quarterback, he's a run-first guy, but
Sure.
They do it really good.
Well, and it's going to be a situation where Marion Local, one of the keys we talked about, was putting the 8 in the box and try to take away or limit those touches of those 2 running backs and making the quarterback throw the football. So it's going to be interesting to see the game plan that the blue and gold are going to put forth here defensively tonight.
And we are underway. Round 3 of the state high school playoffs. Marion Local will take the first kick, and this is number 34. He's got it to the right side. Gilly, he's going down the right side. Are you kidding me? He's going to score a touchdown.
Goodness.
An opening score by Drew Louse. Now, Gilly, let me just tell you this. That's the defensive player of the year in the MAC, and he just scored a big-time touchdown.
I'm telling you, take a look at this right here. They tried to squib it, but just great execution by the Flyers and opening up that lane, and it turned into a foot race. And even the running back, Zane Henderson, could not catch him right there. And Zane Henderson is one of those backs we talked about with the 31 TDs.
Tonight's touchdown sponsor is Busher Electric. Busher Electric is a full-service electrical contractor servicing the area communities for over 40 years. You can depend on Busher Electric for all your electrical needs. Here's the extra point attempt, and Marion Local on the board, 6-0. First play of the game, kick is up, and it is good. You got to be kidding me. With 11:48 to go, the Marion Local Flyers strike first, and they lead this one 7-0. Welcome back to Lima Spartan Stadium. Tonight's touchdown sponsor is Busher Electric. Busher Electric is a full-service electrical contractor serving the area communities for over 40 years. You can depend on Busher Electric for all your electrical needs. And speaking of electric, Gilly, Drew Louse, absolutely. This place is stunned right now. He takes the opening kick. Nobody touched him, Gilly.
Well,
Nobody.
I'm gonna agree to disagree with you. I think the people over here on this side below us, they are not surprised. But I think everybody on the other team and even the officials and the ones coming here from out of town are a little surprised here. You know, Marion Local loves to play defense. I just don't think they expected to be playing defense with 11:48 to go in the first quarter.
So Marion Local kicks off to Ansonia. They will field the ball at the 20-yard line, and that is where they'll be taking down a big-time tackle there. Ansonia will start out on offense. Gilly, they're led by number 4, quarterback Lane Bowman, a 5'7", 150-pound junior. He's 16 of 42 this year for 278 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. It's the 2 backs to watch for, Gilly, Zane Henderson and Jacob Schmidtmeyer, that really make this offense roll.
Oh, absolutely, and the numbers that they put up is, like we talked about in pregame, is phenomenal. That tackle there was made by Ben Meyer, the sophomore, 5'8", 165 pounds for the Flyers.
So they'll go directly under center. They got 3 backs in the backfield. They'll hand off. They'll go off the left side, and that Marion Local front is really, really stingy right now, and they take down the running back right away, and that ball was given to number 21, Zane Henderson. Zane Henderson has 282 attempts, Gilly, for 1,921 yards and 31 touchdowns. You want to talk about a nose for the end zone? That young man can find it.
He can find it, can he?
Yeah, he can.
You know, I can't even tell you who was on the tackle because there were so many right there with the yellow hats there. I'm going to, give everybody a gang tackle right there because there was 5 or 6 of the blue and gold on that stop right there.
That'll bring up 2nd and 9. Ball sitting right about the 23, 24-yard line. So Ansonia taking all their time right now, Gilly, as they are trying to use as much clock. We've seen this before against Marion Local. You want to eat that clock up as much as you can. They'll go directly under center. They'll pitch the ball back. This is Henderson again, and he's taken down for a loss.
That's a big play there.
Big-time loss.
Braden Mesher right there coming up, making the stop.
And that was Jacob Schmidtmeyer on the carry, the 6', 165-pound sophomore. He's got almost 1,000 yards, Gilly. He averages 8.3 yards a carry, and they just swarmed him under. This is a Marion Local defense, Gilly, that gives up 3 points a game. That is unheard of at any level. At any level, Gilly, the most or the closest anybody's been to him is 21 points. It's unbelievable.
Every year it's, next year they're going to have to reload or rebuild, and they just keep coming right back out and doing the same thing and doing it very well.
They'll go 3rd and 10. Bowman will go under center. He's going to hand off the ball. This is number 28 for the Tigers. And nothing going. Landon Shives the ball carrier, their halfback, 5'9", 195-pound sophomore, and Ansonia will punt on 3 and out. And not a good start for Ansonia, Gil. Didn't move the ball at all. Gained a yard on 3 plays.
Well, I think what they wanted to do is try to establish themselves and get into a little comfort zone. And, Marion Local being so doggone stingy just wouldn't allow that. And like you said, Ansonia, 3 and out. No yards gained. You're going to have to punt the football.
And back deep for Marion Local is Griffin Burns, the 6 foot, 175-pound senior. He'll stand at about the 40-yard line, and the punt is up, and a good punt, end over end, and Burns will get it at the 40. He'll get out to the 45, to the 50, to the 45. He's at the 40, and he's going to be taken out of bounds right about the 35-yard line, and excellent field position for the number 1 rated team in the state.
Goodness gracious, watch this young man on replay. He just turns and burns, takes it to the far hash on that side, and just incredibly just explodes. Like you said, get it inside, going to play short field at the 35-yard line, actually the 37.
And the Flyers will be out on the field by Justin Knopf. The 6'2", 185-pound senior is 106 of 148 for 1,909 yards, 25 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. And what I like about this young man, Gilly, he's got almost 600 rushing yards, a 9.6 carry average for that young man.
Wow.
So now Knopf will go under center.
Impressive.
They're in the power eye. They'll pitch back. No, he's going to keep it himself. Knopf's going to try to get to the right, and he's going to be taken out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. It'll bring up second and about 8 yards. So not much going there.
Did that seem a little odd, though? Was that maybe a broken play there?
I was going to say, Gilly, it looked like somebody wasn't on the right page, but Justin Knopf takes it himself and picks up about 2 yards.
They made something out of nothing, didn't he, right there?
Absolutely.
That's a heady play by that senior.
When he's handing the ball off, he's usually going to Drew Louse at a 5.5 average, and Parker Hess, 750 yards, 14 touchdowns. That young man really knows what he does with the ball best. This is Knopf again, and again it looked like another broken play, and Knopf is going to be taken down for a loss. So 2 plays in a row, we see Marion Local not on the same page, and the coaches are talking right now, and let's see if they can get it together here on 3rd and about 7.
Yeah, nice job right there by number 62, Peyton Kelsch. Kelsch coming in tonight, Danny, with 21.5 tackles for losses and 7 sacks. Nice play by that young man.
This is Knopf. He's going to pitch back. They'll pitch back to the second back. He'll go to the right, and he's going right down the right side, and he gets a big-time Wabash Mutual Telephone first down. Today's first down sponsor is Wabash Mutual Telephone, proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. And there you saw the versatility of Parker Hess. We talked about him earlier. The 5'11", 185-pound senior, 7.1 yards a carry, Gilly.
My goodness, Ethan Heitkamp just absolutely exploded with a nice kick-out block, allowing for the ball carrier to get that first down.
And there's another carry right up the middle, and they bang it towards another first down. And let's see if they move the chains on that. My goodness, that offensive line for Marion Local just eating up the defensive line from Ansonia on those last 2 plays.
Kanan Robinson on the stop, not until Marion Local ran off another first down right there, like you said, just opened up huge holes and pounding it on the ground.
So Knopf is under center. He's going to keep it himself. No, he'll give it to number 45. Are you kidding me? Parker Hess takes it in for another, are you kidding me, another Busher Electric touchdown. Marion Local leads 13-0.
My goodness. What a good job there by the left side of the offensive line for Marion Local, opening that hole. You know, he was barely touched, finding his way to the end zone. Great execution there by the Flyers.
That'll bring up Carson Bills for the extra point attempt as the Flyers lead 13-0. And a little stoppage in play here. The officials are saying something to the Marion Local coaching staff. Not real sure what that was about.
I think it was actually towards the play clock operators, Danny.
So this is number 11, Carson Bills. Will try the extra point. And the kick is up. And it is good. He bangs it through. Oh, my goodness. With 7:31 to go, the Marion Local Flyers lead the Ansonia Tigers 14-0. You're watching high school football on WOSN. Welcome back. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Holman Insurance, your trusted local insurance specialist, member of the Wayne Insurance Group, with 2 locations to serve you in Chickasaw and Versailles. And today's first down sponsor is Wabash Mutual Telephone, proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. So, Kelly, we're seeing it all on display right now. The running game of Marion Local, they've got it going on. Those backs, not only are they tough and physical, man, they've got speed to burn.
When do the defenders get upset at the offense and say, guys, will you quit scoring and quit scoring in bunches? You know, because They log a lot of minutes defensively.
Well, and Gilly, and we talked about the first couple of plays. It looked like they were not on the same page, and then, bam, they come back, they get it fixed. I mean, you want to talk about a well-oiled machine. That is a sign of a great program. They just continue to excel. And Marion Local, Johnny on the spot there, and they'll knock down the Ansonia ball carrier. That was number 25 for the Tigers, Luke Ressler. And Marion Local takes him down, and they will start at about the, we'll call it the 31-yard line, excuse me.
Myron Mesher on the stop for the Flyers.
So Lane Bowman brings them back out for their second sequence of the game. They're down 14-0. Bowman will go under center. He's got Zane Henderson and Jacob Schmidtmeyer in the backfield. They got a man in motion. They're going to hand off to the first man up. Mo Bowman's going to keep it himself and gets about a yard, maybe a yard and a half. Lane Bowman, he's got about 2 yards there, Gilly. It's kind of tough to see there with all the Marion Local defenders are everywhere.
Oh, they do such a good job with pursuit, number one, and going laterally to the line of scrimmage, shedding their blocks. That was Heitkamp that got him by the ankles.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 8 with 6:53 to go here in the first quarter. Danny Holbrook, Darren Gilbert from Spartan Stadium on a relatively clear night, Gilly. The rain went away. It's not bitterly cold, mid-50s. Beautiful night for high school football.
Yes, it is. And, this is a big possession for Ansonia.
Sure is. Bowman's going to flip the ball back and try to get around the right side, and nothing doing. Jacob Schmidtmeyer, the ball carrier there, and it's going to bring up a long 3 again. Gilly, you look at Ansonia and Marion Local, if they get him in 3rd and long, absolutely the advantages at Marion Local. That they 95% of the time they're going to run the ball, and a 3rd and 6 is a tough 3rd down.
Well, and you're Marion Local, you're putting them in a position right now to go away with from the scouting report early in this game and forcing Ansonia to throw the football. Meyer again on the stop. That young man, we called him quite a bit early and often here in this first quarter for the Flyers.
So 3rd and 6 with 5:53 to go. Bowman will go under center. He's got Henderson and Schmidtmeyer in the backfield with him. He's going to pitch it back, and they're going to lose about 5 yards. You got to be kidding me. This pursuit of this team is unbelievable. Zane Henderson, before he flipped the ball back to him, Marion Local had already penetrated the offensive line, Gilly.
Yeah, Mr. Seitz, the linebacker, just an unbelievable job chasing the ball carrier down right there in pursuit. Minus what? 6 yards on that particular play.
Yeah, it was 3rd and 6, and now it's 4th and 13. They lose 7 yards on the carry. Griffin Bruns is back with his feet at the 35-yard line. The punt is up, and a bad kick, a squib kick that goes out of bounds at about the 46-yard lines. On the other side, Marion Local in business again, Gilly.
Yeah, Marion Local again going to play short field football. Looks like it appears to be about the 46-yard line.
So here we go. Marion Local will start out in great field position. Gilly, you look at Marion Local all year long, absolutely dominated the MAC. Minster was the closest team to him, and that was 3 touchdowns. 71 at one time, 62 at another. Just an unbelievable historical offense that no one's been able to figure out all year.
Well, the winner of this game is going to play the winner of, what did we say, Minster and
Cincinnati College Prep.
Yes.
Yeah, so maybe a rematch of the MAC game there, the good, the 21-0 game. So here come the Flyers. Justin Knopf is in the gun. He's got Hess behind him. He's going to hand off to Hess. Parker Hess goes off the right side. He gets to the 40, to the 35, and he's carrying Tigers. Are you kidding me? He gets to the 30 and a gain of about 15 yards. Parker Hess showing you why he's as good as there is in the MAC.
Rumbling, bumbling, stumbling.
I was waiting for it, Gilly. I was waiting for it.
You feel a little under the weather. It sounds a little different.
That's right. Well, you got that gruff voice. It adds to the to the lore of Darren Gilbert. Mm-hmm. We'll go 1st and 10. That is another Wabash Mutual first down. Knopf is in the gun. He's got 3 receivers to the left. He's going to throw the ball. He looks downfield. He's under heavy pressure, and he's going to go down. And a big-time play there by number 62 for the Tigers.
That's Mr. Kelsch.
Peyton Kelsch. So there you see the defensive line for Ansonia. That's got to make him feel good, Gilly, getting pressure on the quarterback.
Hey, that's number 8 for the young man, tied for team high with Mr. Shives, coming in with 27 solo tackles and 28 assists for 55 total. Number 8 sack for the young man. Nice play there.
So that loss of a bunch of yards there, 9 yards. So we'll go 2nd and 17. Knopf's going to bring the ball. This is Louse. He goes up the middle, and Drew Louse just carrying people with him. Gets back to the original line of scrimmage for a pickup of about 8 yards.
Yeah, he was sustained there at the line of scrimmage for about 2 yards, but just his second effort, and with that leg strength, he decided to get as much as he could, and like you said, got back to the original line of scrimmage. That's a big play there by that young man. Puts Marion Local in a 3rd and 10 situation.
So here comes Knopf. He's going to swing the ball back to Parker Hess, and there are flags everywhere.
We got a false start.
I bet we got a false start. You're right, Gilly. The officials will stop play here, and we await the call. And that is exactly what it is. So a false start on Marion Local. 3:26 to go here in the first quarter. They lead 14-0 over the Ansonia Tigers. You look at Ansonia, Gilly, they haven't lost a game since week 1. They were beaten by Riverside 41-32, and since that time, they have reeled off 10 wins in a row, so they've really righted the wrong.
Yep, that's impressive. You know, you start out with that L, and to reel off what they've done, well-deserved to be in this contest tonight.
So Knopf is in the gun. He's got Parker Hess to the right. He's got 2 receivers to the left and 2 to the right. He's going to throw the ball down the middle. He's got a man, and he overshoots his intended target for Victor Holscher going across the middle. And, Gilly, we're going to see a rarity. We're going to see Marion Local punt.
Are we?
Well, they've got we'll see.
Got me coughing because of that.
You were choked up. Drew Louse is back at the 50.
And we already saw what he can do with the football.
Yeah, if he decides to tuck it under and run. And Louse is going to kick it, and a beautiful punt, and it's going to roll back into the end zone, and Marion Local punts the ball away. I didn't think we'd see a punt.
I didn't either, but I'll tell you what, he's a heck of a punter, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. Did a great job there. So Ansonia will take over 1st and 10. Tonight's premier sponsor is OPAC in Osgood. For all your industrial, painting, staining, and assembly needs, call OPAC. OPAC is our premier sponsor. Gilly, we sure do get a lot of advertisement. What
we
makes
do,
us go, doesn't it?
And it makes it go, and couldn't be possible without the generous donations of the sponsorships. Thank you very much.
So here's Bowman. He'll go under center. He's going to hand the ball off the left side, and the ball gets on the ground, and it was a loose, Gil, and Marion Local does not get it, but Ansonia, Johnny on the spot, watch this replay. I don't know how the ball got knocked out, but it was on the turf.
Yeah, it got stripped. It was initially in the hands of Henderson. Somebody just, got a big paw in there and raked it out.
Landon Shives comes up with it. Landon Shives, the halfback, he chased it down. It looked like somebody maybe kicked it too.
Yeah, very fortunate to come away with the possession of the football. Marion Local, if they get that one, putting themselves in scoring territory with only 20 yards to go. Big play there by Shives.
They're bringing up 2nd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Bowman's going to hand the ball off. He'll pitch it back, and they're going to lose yards. Gil,
the pursuit is just
it's
unbelievable.
Yeah, you're right. Jacob Schmidtmeyer, now watch this, Gil. He flips it back to him. Schmidtmeyer doesn't even get back to the original line of scrimmage. He loses 5 yards, and that Marion Local defense, just a bunch of dogs.
Well, they're just so doggone good with their lateral movement along the line of scrimmage and using their hands to not allow to be blocked. And that all started with Adam Winter, the defensive end. Great job going horizontal across that line of scrimmage and then just exploding into the backfield to make the tackle.
The one thing I notice right now, Gil, is the speed advantage is absolutely to Marion Local. I mean, this defense is really, really fast. Bowman will go under the gun. He's going to hand it off to the first man up, and nothing going, no gain at all. And that carry was by, let's see who that was. That was number 21, Zane Henderson. And nothing going, and Ansonia will punt away to the Flyers.
Winter and Heitkamp on the stop for the Flyers.
Marion Local will send back Griffin Bruns. He'll stand at about the 45-yard line, just past the Spartan head. And he'll try to get the Flyers some good field position as they lead 14-0 as we come to the close here of the first quarter. Back to punt for Ansonia, number 6, Jacob Schmidtmeyer. And he gets a nice one. It goes to about the 50-yard line. It'll be fielded there. He brings it to the 45. He gets to the 40. He's to the right side, to the 30, to the 25, to the 20, and he is gone. You got to kid me. Griffin Bruns, another special teams touchdown, and that is a Busher Electric touchdown. The Flyers lead 20-0. Watch this spectacular return.
I'll tell you, special teams coach, Mr. Jacob Sherrick down there on the sideline is just, he's putting his back guys in a position to catch the football. He's got them exactly where they want to be and tells them where to go, and by golly, they're getting it done. And another special teams touchdown right here for the Flyers.
Yeah, I just cannot believe the speed on this Marion Local team. I know I keep harping about it, but if you see it in person, it is electric. Here come the Flyers as they try to add on to this one. Carson Bills, kick is up, and it is good. So we're just about to the end of the first quarter. The Marion Local Flyers lead the Ansonia Tigers 21-0. We'll be back right after these messages. Tonight's Marion Local premier sponsor is OPAC in Osgood. For all your industrial painting, staining, and assembly needs, call OPAC. And our timeout sponsors are brought to you by Holman's Insurance, your trusted local insurance specialist, member of the Wayne Insurance Group, with 2 locations to serve you in Chickasaw and Versailles. It's Holman Insurance. So, Kelly, we're seeing it all tonight. The only thing we haven't seen is a touchdown through the air. But, look, it's only the first quarter, so I'm sure we're going to see something.
I mean, I'm really disappointed. You get 2 touchdowns to start the first quarter with your special teams, 1 on the kickoff, 1 on the punt return. We're sitting at 21-0. The game plan that Ansonia come in with, unfortunately, down 21, something's going to have to give, and that's where you take the game plan and you either stick with it as a coach or you change it and just try what you can do for the best results you possibly can. But right now Marion Local's got Ansonia on their heels.
So Ansonia fields that kick and they'll take over 1st and 10. Let's see where they mark the ball at. They'll mark it right at the 29-yard line. So it's just interesting to watch Ansonia. That you're right. I don't believe they're going to go away from the game plan yet. They've got 2,000 yards of rushing in the backfield, so they want to continue to try to pound away. But so far, Marion Local has dominated that. This is Bowman. He's under center. He's going to hand off, and nothing going there. And maybe a loss of a yard there. And the ball carrier from Ansonia just swallowed up by the Marion Local defensive line.
Yeah, Mr. Stockler right there, Lincoln, for the big play right there. We're at the end of the first quarter.
Yep, and that'll do it after 1 quarter of play from Spartan Stadium. The Marion Local Flyers lead the Ansonia Tigers 21-0. We'll be back with second quarter action right after these messages. Tonight's scoreboard sponsor is Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. And our instant replay sponsor is Burke Petroleum, now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available. Call 1-800-776-3097. So, Kelly, we take a look at the first quarter. The Flyers lead 21-0. 2 special teams touchdowns, and the defensive player of the year running the ball in.
Yeah, well, I'm sitting here wondering, let's look at the first quarter numbers if we had them.
Yeah.
It's not going to show a whole lot of yardage by both ball clubs, but it's going to be the special areas right now what has got it done for Marion Local.
And there you saw Bowman with a pass and his intended target, Jacob Schmidtmeyer, and it goes to the line of scrimmage and nothing going on. You see the fast and furious defense from Marion Local. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11. That's the first pass we've seen here from Ansonia. You got to wonder if they're going to continue to try to do a little more of that kind of stuff.
Well, they tried to go out into the flat because they're not getting anything in between the ends. And you just found out right there that the pursuit of Marion Local is just exceptional at closing on the football.
So Bowman will go under center. He's got Zane Henderson and Jacob Schmidtmeyer in the backfield. He's going to roll looking for a man downfield, and he's got a man out there. And it is, nearly picked off. His intended target was number 24. That is Cameron Grillett. And he does not make the reception. And my goodness, Gilly, here you see on the instant replay, almost near disaster for the Tigers.
Yeah, Mr. Nagel had a beat on the ball right there, along with the hit from Heitkamp, jarring that football loose.
So Griffin Bruns, who just scored a special teams touchdown for the Flyers, they'll send him back deep at about the 38-yard line as he awaits the punt from Ansonia. And again, Marion Local is going to have great field position to start this second quarter, and they lead 21-0. So there's the punt, and a nice punt as it drives him back to the 34-yard line. He'll go to the 40, gets to the right side, looks for an opening. He's got blockers in front of him. He scoots down the right side, and he goes out of bounds at about the 42-yard line, and that's where the Marion Local Flyers will take over. Gilly, watch his acceleration when he gets and he sees an opening. You watch him wait for the blocks.
Vision.
Yeah, you watch him wait for the blocks, and then he'll go to the side and watch. Boom, there it is. He is absolutely gone.
Yeah, Mr. Shives doesn't get him out of bounds here on this near side. He may have broke that thing for another touchdown.
Great job by our Burke Petroleum instant replay. I'm telling you, Gilly, our camera crew does a great job at catching that action. So here comes Justin Knopf and the Flyers. They'll go 1st and 10. They'll hand the ball off. This is number 45 for the Flyers. You know him, Parker Hess, and he's going to carry the load tonight, and he picks up about 5 yards as that offensive line just continues to dominate in the trenches.
Yeah, Mr. Kelsch with the stop, but not until 6 yards. Setting up a 2nd and 4th here for the Flyers.
Gilly, we're sitting here on the home side. Can you believe this crowd Marion Local brought? It is absolutely packed in these bleachers.
They turn them out in any sport.
It's unbelievable. So here come the Flyers. They'll go 2nd and 4. And they'll go first man up. And he gets another Wabash Mutual first down.
Matt Middleton on the stop, got him by the ankles, but not until, like you said, partner, another first down for the Flyers.
Ball carrier on that play was number 46, Ethan Heitkamp, the 5'11", 190-pound senior. And we haven't even talked about Ethan Heitkamp, and look how he goes through the line.
Well,
so they just churn him out, Gilly. They just bring him in.
Mr. Mesher's the quarterback now. It looked like, I hope not, that it appeared that Mr. Knopf got a little dinged up.
Yeah, Braden Mesher's going to flip the ball back to Parker Hess. Hess looks for a breakthrough, and he's going to get another Wabash Mutual Telephone first down. Almost puts it in the end zone. You're right. We're going to have to wait and see what we find out about Justin
Look
Knopf.
at this offensive line blocking right here. Beautiful job. Middleton saves a touchdown there for Ansonia, but give the guys up front credit. Hat on hat, opening them holes up for them running backs.
Braden Mesher stays in the game at quarterback, and I don't see Justin Knopf on the sideline here. Mesher's going to stay there. He's going to go under center, be 1st and 10, 1st and goal from the 10. And here comes the Flyers. They'll go straight up, and it's a touchdown. It's a Busher Electric touchdown. Gilly, it's just unbelievable how this offensive line is rolling, and big number 46, Ethan Heitkamp, puts the cherry on top of the sundae. The Flyers lead 27-0.
I like that. I like the way you expressed yourself right there.
Yeah, I'm hungry.
Hungry.
Just like
40 degrees out and you're hungry for ice cream.
Oh, anytime for ice cream.
Oh, boy.
Anytime.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah. Here we go. Marion Local trying to tap that extra point on with 9:53 to go here. Kick is up, and it is good. With 9:53 to go, the Marion Local Flyers lead the Ansonia Tigers 28-0. We'll be back right after these messages. Tonight's touchdown sponsor is Busher Electric. Busher Electric is a full-service electrical contractor servicing the area communities for over 40 years. You can depend on Busher Electric for all your electric needs. And And Gilly, we're going to talk a lot about Busher Electric touchdown sponsor because Marion Local's got 4 of them already. It ain't slowing down at all.
It's not slowing down, but, they got that one through an offensive possession, not through a kickoff or a punt return.
Yeah,
but
they've had 2 special teams touchdowns already tonight, a punt return for a touchdown and a kickoff return for a touchdown, and 2 on the ground. So we haven't really got to see Justin Knopf air it out yet. So.
Well, and what's, most impressive, like you said, they give up 14 last week, and coming in, they were only giving up, 22 total, and give up 14 last week to make it 3 points per game. They're just locking Ansonia down.
And there's the kick to the Tigers, and they will field it at about – it hit a Tiger, and they jumped on the ball more. Gilly, that could have been disaster.
Well, I think what they were trying to do was let it hit, and hopefully it went out of bounds, and the ball took a funny bounce here on the replay.
Right here, watch this. It goes off of the young man's leg, and he had to jump on it, or he was going to lose possession of that ball.
Yeah, that was Keenan Robinson. Unfortunately, it just took a bad bounce and bit into that AstroTurf and nipped him in the leg, and fortunately he was able to either get on top of the football or knock it out of bounds.
So Ansonia will start deep in Marion Local territory, 1st and 10 from about the 16-yard line with 9:51 to go, and they are down 4 scores, 28-0. So here you see Lane Bowman will go under center. They got a man in motion. They'll hand off the left side. An unbelievable play there as they lose yardage again. Watch this play. And Keenan Robinson just gets the ball, and he's just immediately hit by number 20,
Mr. Meyer.
Ben Meyer. My goodness.
Yeah, on that replay, he just absolutely – well, first of all, the down lineman blew the play up, and he just – found the way to get in between those gaps right there, as a linebacker should fill that hole up, and he just ran the ball carrier down.
That'll bring up 2nd and 12 from about the 15-yard line, 14-yard line. Bowman will go under center, and he will flip the ball back to the right side as they try to go around the right side of the field, and nothing doing there. The ball carrier was number 6, Jacob Schmidtmeyer. So it'll bring up another long 3rd and 11, Gilly.
Yeah, Pullman on the stop there from his defensive back position for the Flyers. But like you said, 3rd and 10. You got to believe right here, Danny, this first quarter and a half that Ansonia's probably has minus yards.
I think you're right, Gil.
I mean, we don't have the official stats, but, speculating on what we've seen so far.
Bowman will go under center. They got 3 backs behind him. He's gonna throw the ball as he looks for an open man. He throws it up into the middle, and it's picked off by the Flyers. They'll go down the right side. They get to the 20, to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and he gets in for another Busher Electric touchdown. Marion Local leads 34-0. Watch this, unbelievable turnover there. The pick was made by Cale Nagel. And he takes it to the house. It's a vicious hit at the end of this play.
Sure
as
was.
They collide helmet to helmet, Gil. And let's hope those young men are okay. But it's 34-0 with 8:14 to go. So, Gil, we've seen it all. Couple special teams touchdowns, couple touchdowns on the ground, and now a defensive interference. You called it. You said you were going to see this defense do something special.
Well, you know
You're
what?
Nostradamus, Gil.
I wouldn't go that far. Stats speak for themselves. And when
Right.
you give up 22 points going into last week.
Carson Bills is 5 for 5 tonight on extra points. So 35-0. We'll be back right after this message. Tonight's Marion Local premier sponsor is OPAC in Osgood. For all your industrial painting, staining, and assembly needs, call OPAC. And our first down sponsor is Wabash Mutual Telephone, proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. So, Gil, everything on display right now for the Flyers, everything is working, and it's pretty impressive to watch.
It's very impressive to watch. You know, you got to feel a little bit for Ansonia. But as you advance into the playoffs, you know the games are going to get tougher and tougher, and they've just run into a buzzsaw tonight.
Gil, I said this on the radio show earlier this week. This might be as impressive of a high school football team as I've ever seen, and to watch them in person, it may be as good a team as I've ever seen at the Division VII level.
Well, there's talk of, who can beat Marion Local in other divisions. Well, you know what? Pretty darn good for a small school Division VII.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. They're in Division VII, and they are just taking
Absolutely.
they're taking care of business, and that's a sign of a good team. They come out here, they get it done, and look.
Well, more importantly, too, Danny, they do it with class.
Oh, absolutely.
You don't see, unsportsmanlike. You don't see the flaring of the hands and all that stuff. It's just yeoman's work, hard hat, lunch pail, let's get it done. And that's a tribute to the community and of Maria Stein and the areas around, as well as the coaches, the way they teach the game of football down there, as well as the other sports. It's just second to none as far as leadership.
So to bring up 1st and 10, the Tigers will start at the 29-yard line. Bowman hands the ball off to the first back up, and that's the first gain on a ground attack, Gilly, in the last 3 sequences for the Tigers. So they gain about 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd and 7. And maybe they found something there, Gil, that they can use to move the ball. Maybe just flip the field.
Bryant Meyer on the stop there for the Flyers. Like you said, they got 4 yards right there. Nice run there by the Tigers. Let's see if they can't get something going here.
Bowman will go under center. They got a man in motion. He's going to hand the ball, and he's going to keep it himself, and he is taken down. No gain at all. Gil, we take a look at this Marion local defense, and defensively, they give up 47 rushing yards a game. And I can tell you this, without having stats in front of me, Ansonia's under 10 yards right now for the game. There's no doubt in my mind with the losses they've had. And
are they in positive yards?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's why it's under 10 yards right now.
I would totally agree. Mr. Meyer, Bryant Meyer in on the stop again. One thing that they produce year in and year out is quick, agile linebackers.
Yeah, that'll bring up 3rd and 7. Bowman will go under center, so a long 3rd and 7. He flips the ball back, and they try to go to the right side, and nothing doing there. Yeah, and the ball carrier, Nate Good for Ansonia, and you're right, they were Johnny on the spot, and they take care of the problem.
No, that was Drew on the spot, not Johnny. That was Drew Louse.
Drew Louse on the spot, and he says, I can do it on both sides of the ball. It doesn't even have to tackle him, just rides him out of bounds, and the Flyers will send back number 15, Griffin Bruns. And you've already saw his explosiveness tonight, and he's licking his chops, Gil, waiting to get another one here. And Brun stands at about the 35-yard line, and Ansonia will go back in punt formation with 6:14 to go. And the punt is up, and Bruns is going to field it. He's got it. And, it gets away from him, and he loses the ball again and avoids the first runner, gets to the 35. And he's going to be taken down to the 40. I'll be honest with you, he made some lemonade out of some lemons there, didn't he?
Sure did.
Yeah, watch this. As he dropped it 2 times, avoids the first man, which is the key in any type of punt return, and carries some guys up to about the 42-yard line, and that's where they will start out at. And Justin Knopf will is Justin Knopf going to be quarterbacking?
Actually, it's number 6 now. It appears to be Ryan Homan.
Ryan Homan, the 6'1", 170
What a luxury. Senior. That's a 3rd quarterback tonight for the Flyers.
It sure is. And we don't have a report on Justin Knopf if he's not in the game for health reasons or just getting reps for other guys. And they'll carry the one up the middle, and a gain of about 4 yards, and that again.
Yeah, he's hobbling. It almost looks like a right leg. He's got some tape down around the calf area. I don't know if that's something he's irritated or not, but he's standing down by, Coach Goodwin right now.
That was Camden Eifert on the carry, number 30.
But he definitely is limping.
So that'll bring up 2nd and 6. From the 45-yard line. And Homan will go under center. And they're going to roll him to the left. He's going to throw out on the left. He's got a man out there. And a reception is made by number 10 for the Flyers, Andrew Pullman, his first catch of the night. And that is another Wabash Mutual first down.
Lane Bowman, with a stop.
So everything's working right here for the Flyers. And, look, you saw Homan. He had plenty of time to throw the ball. They roll him out, give him options, what he can do, and he throws a strike to Pullman. So here comes Holman. He'll go under center, 1st and 10 from midfield. And there you saw Ansonia jump, and there's the flags.
I think that's an encroachment.
Yep, and we're going to see Marion Local move up another 5 yards.
I think that was Lander Shives, number 28. It got a little over-aggressive there for the Tigers. Got into the neutral zone. Oh, did they call it in? Okay.
No, the official went the wrong way.
Okay,
and the Marion Local crowd, they had a little bit.
It was loud enough, partner, that we could hear it.
They had a little bit of a fit there. That's good stuff. And the official was going to give him 10 yards, but that's a 5-yard penalty, Gil.
Now they're applauding.
Well, the official's got a big smile on his face, and he knows. So a little bit of fun there by the Marion Local crowd. And the officials stopped play there. Not real sure what they stopped play for.
Scoreboard
operator, okay.
Oh, yeah. They're still in amazement, too.
And Holman was throwing to Victor Holscher down the right side.
Oh, my goodness.
Gilly, Victor Holscher had his man beat by 10 yards. And
a touchdown.
And I'm telling you, Ryan Holman threw an absolute strike. That would have been another touchdown.
Well, Holscher, he's a kid that is really, really athletic and has really worked on his skills on the football field. Really good basketball player, athletic, but definitely a better football player with his athleticism and his length. He's going to play at the next level, just because of his knowledge of the game of football and how he's been taught and his explosion. Just watch the kid, the way he runs and his athleticism and his size.
So Holman's going to hand off, and they'll go to the right side. And a big carry here by number 45, Parker Hess, as he churns out about 23, 24 yards. Watch Mr. Hess as he just takes the rock and goes down the road.
A little pinball action. Doink, 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 doink. Just a nice run there by that young man, brought down by Asher Shives.
Another Wabash Mutual first down. They'll go 1st and 10 from the 29. Holman goes under center. He's going to look to throw the ball. They'll go to the left side, and he's got a man out there, and he overshoots it. And it's, oh, you're kidding me. He caught it. Oh, my good. Victor Holscher catches it. Did he get in for a touchdown? You got to, Gilly. This is unbelievable. Watch this.
Yeah, I think he's crossed the plane.
Oh, that's a touchdown. That's a touchdown. Oh, we have seen it all, Gil.
I think Victor the official over there was even surprised, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry. I get a little excited when I see a play like that. That is incredible. When it's going right, Gil, it's going right. Oh, my goodness. Victor Holscher scores, and it's 41-0 on another Busher Electric touchdown.
Well, and when it steamrolls. And Ansonia right there, the defensive back couldn't have played that ball any better.
Kick is up, and it is off the mark.
We've seen it all.
We have seen it all. With 4:40 to go until halftime, the Marion Local Flyers lead the Ansonia Tigers 41-0. Tonight's scoreboard sponsor is Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. And tonight's instant replay is Burke Petroleum, now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available. Call 1-800-776-3097. So, Gil, what could have been an interception by the defensive back from Ansonia ends up being a tipped touchdown in the corner of the end zone by the fastest guy on the field, Victor Holscher.
Well, just great concentration by that young man to be able to get his, hands on that ball more so, and then also secure it and getting his feet in bounds, because it was really near that far side pylon. Did a good job getting his feet down for another touchdown for the Flyers.
So here's the kick. Marion Local sends this one down the middle of the field. Fielded at about the 35-yard line, and they'll bring it to, about the 36-yard line, 37-yard line. So Ansonia trying to get back in this one, down 41-0 to the number one team in the state. And, Gil, this is a Marion Local team that after last year they had won back-to-back state titles, and they returned 18 starters to this team. These kids know nothing but state titles and MAC championships.
Well, and it's tradition. And, when you get that winning way, Danny, it filters down through all your programs. And, That's exactly what happened with the Flyers.
So Bowman will hand the ball off, and gain of about a yard as the Marion local defensive line continues to dominate in the trenches as Zane Henderson, the ball carrier for the Tigers. You look at Ansonia, a good year. They started out with a loss to Riverside, then they defeated Bradford, Dixie, Arcanum, Tri-Village, National. They had a good schedule, Gil, and look, they scored 40 points 3 or 4 times. They've got a 60 in there, so a great season nonetheless. But boy, when you go up against a school like Marion Local, it's a whole different ball game.
It's a whole different game, and when you advance into the playoffs and when you get to round 3, the level of competition just keeps going up and up, and they've run into a buzzsaw again tonight with the Flyers.
And Bowman flips the ball back to number 6, Jacob Schmidtmeyer, and a gain of about a yard. It's going to bring up another 3rd and long. We'll go 3rd and 8 for the Ansonia Tigers with 3:33 to go. So, Gil, when you go into halftime and you're Ansonia, what do you tell your kids to get them to respond in the second half?
Well, it's no secret. It's going to be devastating to come back from a 41-0 hole. You just got to stay positive with the kids and tell them, hey, what got us here. Let's continue to do that and see what happens, and just take it one possession at a time.
And there you see number 21, Zane Henderson, finally gets a really nice run there as he reels off about 25 yards there for the Tigers, and they have a Wabash Mutual first down, Gilly, their first down of the night.
Yep, Andrew Pullman on the stop along with Heidkamp. But it's going to be a tough conversation for the head coach and the assistant coaches because the kids are going to be down, but you got to try to remain positive with them.
And they'll go 1st and 10. This is Henderson again off the right side, and he picks up a nice gain of about 3 yards there for the Tigers. And they are across midfield, and they have finally gotten into Marion local territory.
Peppelman on the stop. 6'6", 250-pound.
Yeah, you can look across the field at Marion local's kids, and they sure do know where the weight room is.
Yes, they do.
That'll bring up 2nd and 8 from the 40-yard line. Bowman will go under center. He's got Jacob Schmidtmeyer directly behind him. And he's going to give it to the first man up, and close to a first down. And they pick up about 3 yards. That's going to bring up another 3rd and 5. It looked like the pile extended, but it was the offensive lineman that extended towards the first down marker, and the back did not. So what looked like a decent gain was only a gain of about 2 yards. So they'll go 3rd and 5 with 1:40 to go until halftime.
Heidkamp again on the stop for the Flyers from his linebacker position.
Late arriving crowd. Ansonia finally, it looks like they've brought quite a few people there to begin the game. We didn't have a big crowd over there, but it looks like they've stretched out quite a bit over there. So Bowman's going to hand off, and this is Henderson, and nothing going. And here we are, Gil, 4th and about 5 from the 35. Look, I know what I'm doing. It's 4th and 5 on that side of the field.
Sure.
I'm going to go for it, and Ansonia is going to take a timeout. There's a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout here in the booth. You're watching high school football on WOSN. Tonight's timeouts are brought to you by Holman Insurance, your trusted local insurance specialist, members of the Wayne Insurance Group, with 2 locations to serve you in Chickasaw and Versailles. Danny Holbrook, Darren Gilbert from Spartan Stadium. Beautiful facility here, Gil. I love coming here to Lima Senior and doing games. They treat us great. We get a great vantage point for these games. We always get a nice booth by ourselves.
Nice little cozy area.
I was going to say, nice and warm in the booth. And,
yes.
John Zell, Darnell Collins, and the group here at Lima Senior, they do a great job of taking care of us, so we appreciate them. So here we go, Gilly. 4th and 3, and Ansonia's going to go for it. A big 4th down, and Bowman will go under center. And he's going to hand off the ball. No, he's going to keep it himself, and he's under heavy pressure to the right. And he's going to be taken down, and he loses about 10 yards.
Guess who?
So Bowman did a great job of disguising the handoff, but he loses 10 yards. And watch this, and an unbelievable play there by, you got it, Mr. Louse.
Drew on the spot.
You're right. Unbelievable. Marion Local takes over on downs with 1 minute to play until halftime. Absolute domination by the Marion Local Flyers. And here you see number 6, Ryan Homan's going to stay in the game. He'll go under center. They'll split out 2 to the right. They'll get Victor Holscher clear off to the left. Holman is in the gun. He's going to look to throw. He's going to throw down the middle, and he's got a man. He's got him out there, number 15, Griffin Bruns, and he's going to take it to the house for another Busher Electric touchdown, and that is number 2 on the night for Griffin Bruns. Special teams and 1 through the air.
Look at this gun right here. He just rifled that thing right in between the defenders, and it was a foot race, and guess who won that race?
And it is 47-0 with 52 seconds to play until halftime. Absolute domination by the Marion Local Flyers. And, Gil, you can see why they're the number 1 team in the state and the defending 2-time state champions.
You imagine coaching track at Marion Local, how you could be with these sprinters.
Kick is up, and it is good. With 52 seconds to go until halftime, the Marion Local Flyers lead the Ansonia Tigers 48-0. You're watching high school football on WOSC. Tonight's Marion Local premier sponsor is OPAC in Osgood. For all your industrial, painting, staining, and assembly needs, call OPAC. Gil, if you had half 100 on your bingo card, you're the winner tonight. I didn't have it here. Now, look, I had Marion Local. I thought they would win this one big. Didn't think it'd be 48-0 at halftime, but here we are.
Yes. And, yeah, I mean, it's one of those. It's been total domination by the Flyers.
Well, Gil, here's what I thought. I thought Ansonia could run the ball enough to keep that offense off the field. But the game plan in Marion Local, we're going to score through the air. We're going to score special teams. We're going to score on defense. It's unbelievable.
Well, and you know what? They're going to put the 8 in the box, and we figured that, Danny.
Sure.
You know, and when you take away somebody's strength, and that's been Marion Local's thing.
Their calling card, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, their calling card is to take away the opponent's strength and make them play on their heels. And, again, that's what's happening tonight to the Tigers.
So the Tigers will bring it up to about the 30-yard line, and that's where they will be swamped under by the special teams effort of the Marion Local Flyers. So with 46 seconds to go, the Marion Local Flyers lead 48-0. Danny Holbrook, Darren Gilbert, it is round 3 of the Ohio High School football playoffs. And, Gil, we looked at the chart, and if our projections are right, Marion Local wins this one. If Minster wins theirs, we get a MAC rematch and maybe one of the best games of the year. One of the best games of the year, yeah, because Minster hung right there with Marion Local. So Bowman will bring him to the line, 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. He'll hand the ball off. This is Henderson off the right side and gains about 1.5 yards. And you just wonder if that won't be the last play of the half, and see what Ansonia decides to do. And the clock continues to go down under 30 seconds. Jacob Mullenkamp on the stop. What's amazing, Gil, is the way Marion Local continues to stay focused. Even when they get these big leads against the teams they've played all year long, they continue to do it. So Bowman will bring him to the line. This will be the last play of the first half. And he's going to pitch the ball back to number 6. That's Jacob Schmidtmeyer, and he is thrown down, and that'll do it. After one half a play from Spartan Stadium on the campus of Lima Senior High School, the Marion Local Flyers lead the Ansonia Tigers 48-0. We'll be back with second half action right after these messages. Welcome back to Spartan Stadium, where we're at halftime, and the Marion Local Flyers lead the Ansonia Tigers 48-0. Danny Holbrook, Darren Gilbert, and Gilly, we've seen touchdowns through the air. We've seen touchdowns on the ground. We've seen special teams touchdowns. We've seen a defensive touchdown. Gilly, it's an absolute, complete domination by the Flyers. Yeah, it's just absolutely, just everything's execution. Everything is fundamentals. Everything has went right for them.
And the one thing is they missed an extra point.
Yeah, absolutely. That
hit the goal post. Yeah. So that was a 50-50 shot. But, I mean, it's just it's experience. And what I mean by experience, I mean the experience of tournament play. Marion Local knows what they need to do. The players know what they need to do. The coaches know how to prepare the kids. And you see no reaction from a negative standpoint. Sure. If they make a mistake, somebody's going to pick somebody else up, and they move on. We've already seen 3 quarterbacks play tonight, Danny.
We have. And we saw Justin Knopf go off the field, Gil, and both you and I said that he looked like he was limping. Maybe this is just precautionary because they are going to be moving on, and let's get our senior quarterback healthy.
Get him healthy or try to get him healthy, and I think he's dinged up, but I think he re-aggravated it tonight, and you're in a situation you're up 48-0. Get those other kids in there, and if you noticed, he's substituting a lot of kids on both sides of the ball right now, and that's only going to help them, down the road and even next year because you're getting those kids quality time playing at the varsity level.
Yep. It's halftime from Spartan Stadium. The Marion Local Flyers lead the Ansonia Tigers 48-0. When we come back, we'll have second half action right here on WOSC. Tonight's scoreboard sponsor is Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. And our instant replay sponsor is Burke Petroleum, now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available. Call 1-800-776-3097. And Gilly, here we get ready to start the second half. The Marion Local Flyers lead 48-0. And really the big news right now is senior quarterback Justin Knopf for Marion Local is out of uniform and he's standing on the sidelines. You just wonder if it's precautionary. He's hobbling a little bit, but he doesn't seem to be hurting that bad.
Well, it's a cold night. You're up 48-0. And, you got a second and third string, and I hate calling them that, but you have other players at the quarterback position that is capable of, maintaining this 48-0 lead. So, why risk the injury of hurting it any more than it already is? And we don't know the severity of it.
No, we do not.
Well, I saw the calf area. It was taped up. So
you see the senior quarterback there.
Yeah, you saw him on the sidelines in street clothes. And we were talking, my goodness, we talked about a freshman kid that was throwing the football, Brennan Hess, 6'4", a freshman quarterback, along with you've got
they're going to stay with number 6, Ryan Holman. It looks like
Holman and Mesher and Kale Arns. 5 quarterbacks? Oh, my heavens.
Quite a bit. So Marion Local will kick off to Ansonia, and the running clock rule is in effect here with the 48-0 lead. The running clock rule is anything over 30 points in the second half, Gilly. The clock only stops because of injuries or change of possession. So we're going to see that clock continue to run. So Ansonia, who struggled offensively, they had one big gain of 23 yards, but most of the time they were either losing yards or being stopped right at the line of scrimmage, and we talked about the speed of the Marion Local defense. Just unbelievable the way they fly to the ball.
Well, and the way they, they cover their spaces and their alleys and lanes, and they're very disciplined.
So Bowman will hand the ball off.
Oh, and the ball's on the floor.
The ball's on the floor, and it is fumble time.
Actually, the ground,
and
partner.
Marion Local recovers, and the first play of the second half is a fumble, and Marion Local recovers it, and the ball carries Zane Henderson, and here we go again, Gilly. Marion Local takes over with 10:44 to go, a running clock, and they lead 48-0.
Yeah, that ball was ripped out by Kale Arns, number 9, and also recovered by Kale Arns.
So now we're going to see number 5, Braden Mesher, the junior quarterback, comes in to lead this Flyer offense. So they've played 3 separate quarterbacks tonight, and we'll see how this goes for the Flyers as Mesher goes under center. He's going to hand the ball off to the first back off the right side, and that is number 20, Ben Meyer. He is in the game. He gets the first carry of the second half.
Yeah, he's a starting linebacker for them. Yeah, Mesher's a kid that played AAU with us this summer, and really athletic, jumps really well, handles the ball very well. very super explosive, and you're going to see him. Let's see if he decides to put the ball in the air. Chances are we're not, but if he does, I was watching him on the sideline. He can really spin it.
So Mesher will bring him up to the line. It's 2nd and 8 from the 35-yard line. Mesher's going to hand the ball off to the first back off the left side, and this is number 20, again, Ben Meyer with the carry, and he picks up a Wabash Mutual first down. So the Flyers churning out the yards, and everybody's getting a chance to play tonight, and watch how quick he gets there, Gilly.
Well, it's just the offensive line sustaining their blocks, hat on hat, opening huge holes up, and when you push your defender back 5-6 yards, my goodness gracious, that gives you huge lanes for the ball carrier to get through.
So we will go 1st and 10 with 9:05 to go from the 25-yard line. Mesher will go under center. He's got 2 receivers to the right, and he's in the I formation. He's going to look to throw as he rolls, and he just skips the ball there. Intended target was number 3, Trey Brookhart, and that's about the only thing that's went wrong for the Flyers tonight.
Yeah, that's one of those, he'd like to have back. But like you said, he had a receiver open and short-armed it and didn't quite get it there.
Really, unbelievable. One of your keys to the game, which I thought was really interesting tonight, was you said if it's not broke, don't fix it. And that's the mantra Marion Local takes. They just continue to do what Marion Local does.
What they do, and and if they get behind, they find a way, and they will themselves to get the lead back, and then they don't try to give it back up.
So this is Mesher as he hands the ball to Meyer. He goes off the left side, and he is close to another Wabash Mutual first down. And let's see if he moves the chains on that one as he gets to about the 15-yard line. And they're going to say he's just a yard and a half short there. It'll bring up 3rd down and about 2.
Zane Henderson on the stop, coming in with 72 tackles.
Zane Henderson's a good football player.
He is a good football player.
They've not had much success running the ball tonight, but you can see out of these Ansonia Tigers, they've got some really good football players. Again, they just ran into a buzzsaw tonight.
Hey, you put, 1,900 yards up on the ground?
Yeah, you know what you're doing.
That's
right?
impressive numbers, and 31 touchdowns.
So Mesher will go under center, 3rd and 2 from the 18-yard line. They'll hand off to Meyer as he goes right up the middle, and he picks up another Wabash Mutual first down as a gain of 4 yards, and he takes it close to the 10-yard line. And watch that offensive line, Gilly, just dominating in the trenches.
It's just pushing their man back 4 or 5 yards. And when you do that, your ball carrier is going to get tons and tons of yardage, and that's exactly what's happening right now. And Mr. Meyer's not one of their go-to guys.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
A couple of the big horses they have in the backfield, if my memory serves me correctly, Parker Hess and who was the other gentleman back there? Was that Height?
Well, Parker Hess and Drew Louse are your top tailbacks.
There you go, and they're not even seeing the football right now.
Here's handoff goes to number 22. That is Derek Kanapke as he gets his initial carry here in the second half.
Peyton Kelsch on the stop for the Tigers along with number 65. See if we can find out who that young man is. Bryson Robinson.
So the clock continues to run. We're on a running clock here. Marion Local leads 48-0. Danny Holbert, Darren Gilbert from Spartan Stadium on the campus of Lima Senior High School. It's week 3 of the Ohio High School football playoffs, and we are watching the best team in the state of Ohio, number 1 ranked Marion Local Flyers, and they are doing it the right way. Mesher's going to roll to the right. He's looking out. He's got a man out there, and he just overshoots his intended target, and that was Meyer. So, boy, really trying to get Ben Meyer involved in the offense tonight.
They are going to, yeah. He was on a lot of stops to start the game, and on the defensive side of the ball, now they're giving him plenty of touches, whether it be through the air or on the ground, and he's racking up some yardage there. He'd got another one there if Mr. Mesher could have got the ball down just a little bit. He may have found his way to the first down marker, possibly even the end zone.
Gil, most of the time we're here for Lima senior football games. We're seeing a lot of balls through the air, but different styles of football here from Marion Local and Lima Senior. Mm-hmm. So here comes Mesher and the Flyers, 3rd and 7. Mesher's going to flip the ball back. This is number 22, Derek Kanapke, and he scores. He scores a Busher Electric touchdown. Derek Kanapke, The 5'11 junior scampers into the end zone, and Marion Local leads 54-0 on the Ultimate Outdoor scoreboard.
Yeah, what a nice cut back and footwork right there, planting the outside foot, getting his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage and finding the end zone.
So they will try the extra point, and a new kicker to come on for the Flyers. This is number 35, Seth Heitkamp. He'll get his opportunity, and we await the snap. Snap is back. The hold is good. The kick is up, and it is off to the right side. A little trouble with the snap there, but he was able to get it down, but the kick goes right. So we'll step aside. Marion Local leads this one 54-0. Tonight's Marion Local premier sponsor is OPAC in Osgood. For all your industrial painting, staining, and assembly needs, call OPAC. OPAC is our premier sponsor. So, Gilly, the beat goes on here in the second half. Marion Local takes it down the field, and they lead this one 54-0.
Well, that one was, from a takeaway, from a fumble, stripping it away, and didn't take them long, and they punched that thing in, and we're at 54-0. We got 4:26 and running here in the third quarter.
So number 35 here, Seth Heitkamp, will kick off to Ansonia. Clock continues to run with the 30-point rule in place. And Ansonia fumbles the ball, and they get on it, Johnny on the spot, and that could have been another disaster for the Tigers. You're right, Gil. It's snowball effect. It's all happening so quick for Ansonia, and you got to feel for these kids as they're out there battling.
Well, it was a shocker, 21-0. Boom, boom, boom.
Sure. First play of the game.
First play of the game, and then something else happens, and something else, and before you know it, you're down 21-0. You're not getting anything on the ground. Which the whole game plan has to change then, and they haven't been able to recover.
So here come the Tigers. Bowman will bring it under center, and he will hand the ball off, or he'll keep it himself off the left side, and Bowman gets to the left side, and he picks up another Wabash Mutual first down. So there you saw the shiftiness of Lane Bowman as he picks up a nice gain of about 15 yards.
Yeah, good job right there by the offensive line and running backs, allowing him to turn the corner before him being run out of the boundary over there by Max Randley.
And before you say anything, ladies and gentlemen, because he went out of bounds, it's still a running clock. The clock does not stop except for injuries or change of possession. So we're not going to see if someone goes out of bounds, the clock's stopping. So Bowman will go under center. It's 1st and 10. And looks like the running back, the first guy through, looked like he's kind of stumbled a little bit on the turf. And the carry was by number 28 for the Tigers, and that is Lander Shives.
Yeah, he's still got about 4 on there. Nice effort by the young man, but like you said, I think he slipped.
Gilly, they have only allowed Marion Local on the season 36 total points, and 21 of those were to Minster.
Well, and remember, 14 last week.
Yeah, exactly. So unbelievable. So here comes the Tigers, and they pick up another first down. So a nice drive here for Ansonia as number 6, Jacob Schmidtmeyer, picks up another Wabash Mutual first down.
Aaron Albers for the Flyers on the stop. 6'4" junior.
Danny Holbrook, Darren Gilbert from Spartan Stadium on the campus of Lima Senior High School. Round 3 of the Ohio High School playoffs. This is Division 7, Region 28. And Bowman's going to flip the ball back, and they try to get to the right side.
Oh, nice play there.
Nothing going on there. Number 34, the ball carrier, Nate Good, the 5'9 senior, and he is taken down behind the line of scrimmage. And watch this play there.
That's Cale Orange right there.
Cale Orange, fantastic defensive play there.
Yeah, shedding the block of Cam Grilliot to make the stop right there. Nice play by that young man.
They'll go 2nd and 11 from the 48-yard line. Bowman will go under center. And he's going to hand the ball off the left side. And the ball carrier is number 9, Kanan Robinson for the Tigers. And not much going on that left side either. So most of these guys are backups here, Gilly, and they're doing a nice job for the Flyers.
Poppelman right there, the 6'6", 250-pound junior. Nose tackle with the stop.
This could be the last play of the third quarter, a quick third quarter with the running clock going. Bowman will go under center. And he's going to flip the ball back. And they're going to lose yard. They're going to lose about 7 yards.
Oh, and look at how many hats are over there.
The ball carrier, number
10
34,
hats.
Nate Good. And the Marion local defense just swarming, Gilly, just swarming.
Yeah, there's too many numbers there to call. I mean, it was just unbelievable play. But it all started, I believe, with number 23. Nolan Eckstein did a really good job and just held up the ball carrier and let his teammates come in and mop everything up.
Bowman's going to try to get a play off before the end of the third quarter, and they do. And Bowman's going to roll to the right, looking downfield. He's under pressure, and he's got a man out there. Reception made at midfield. Reception made by number 6, Jacob Schmidtmeyer. And that'll do it after 3 quarters of play. The Marion local Flyers continue to dominate this one as they lead going away 54-0. Tonight's touchdown sponsor is Busher Electric. Busher Electric is a full-service electrical contractor serving the area communities for over 40 years. You can depend on Busher Electric for all your electric needs. And Wabash Mutual Telephone is our first down sponsor, proud supporter of Mercer County Athletics. So, Gil, we start the fourth quarter in a quick third quarter. The first play of the third quarter, we see a fumble. Marion local recovers. They take it down the field, and they've pretty much dominated on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, it was a quick quarter, obviously. Pardon me. Now we're going to get the opportunity to see the big fella, the freshman.
Yeah, Brennan Hess, the 6'4" freshman, is in under center, and he will lead the Flyers at midfield here. He's going to hand the ball off, and they'll go off the right side. And he's gone. Number 22, the ball carrier. This is Derek Kanapke, and he is going to take it towards the end zone, and he's going to fall yards short. Derek Kanapke had everybody beat, and a great job there by number 2 for the Tigers, and that is Carson Toby tracking him down and saving a touchdown.
Yeah, Mr. Toby could have given up, and he just kept playing, and, you're down 54-0. What heart that young man just showed. That could have very easily been another touchdown. Great effort by that young man.
And that gives them another Wabash Mutual first down.
Well, Mr. Grisop, what a pull there. Kick out block to spring him for that long run.
And they'll hand the ball off. This is Kanapke, and he scores. Another Busher Electric touchdown. Derek Kanapke, it's all him, all drive, 2 carries in a row, and he scores, and it's 60-0 on the Ultimate Outdoor scoreboard.
Boy, he's just so quick and, light on his feet, and what a nice luxury to have a kid like that back next year for the Flyers.
So the Flyers will set up for the extra point with 10:29 to go here in the fourth quarter. They lead 60-0. The snap is back, the hold is good, the kick is up, and it is good. So with 10:18 to go in the fourth quarter, the Marion local Flyers lead the Ansonia Tigers 61-0. Tonight's scoreboard sponsor is Ultimate Outdoor. Bring resort-style living to your backyard every day with a luxury outdoor space by Ultimate Outdoor. And our instant replay sponsor is Burke Petroleum, now offering propane for residential, farm, commercial, and industrial users. Burke Petroleum, dependable, available. Call 1-800-776-3097. So, Marion local, everything working, Gil, 61-0. And I'm going to tell you this. I've been watching high school football for a long time. And you know what I'm going to say. This is as good of a small school football team as I've ever seen on a football field.
And the question that Coach Goodwin's going to constantly be asked, rank your football teams.
He gets it every year.
And that's not fair.
No.
Because each team is different. If you've coached enough, you coach and set your game plan up based upon your skill level and your talent level. And I just don't think that's fair to ask a guy that question because he's had so many good teams and good players over the years. They just believe in winning. They believe in doing things the right way, and that is through hard work and fundamentals. And
there's no shortcuts here.
There's no shortcuts,
yeah.
And They know how to get it done.
They have a recipe for success, and they
Yes.
continue to do it year in and year
Yes.
out with a change of players. They continue to still win. They continue to defend. They continue to do everything the right way. So the Tigers 1st and 10 will start with a sweep play, and it'll be not much of a gain there. And Jacob Schmidtmeyer, it looks like Cade Shellhouse is the new quarterback for the Tigers. Cade Shellhouse is a 5'9" sophomore, and he will lead the Tigers probably the rest of the way here, Gil, with 8:48 and a running clock to go.
Cale Arns on the stop on that far side. Marion Local bringing in excessive amount of players on the defensive side of the ball, getting some varsity experience as well as playoff experience.
So Shellhouse will go under center. He'll hand the ball off, and no gain there. And let's see who the ball carrier was. The ball carrier was number 2 for Ansonia, Carson Toby. Carson Toby made a great defensive play the last series.
He could have quit.
Absolutely.
He could have quit on it right there and just let him get into the end zone. What a gutsy effort right there, and did a good job of running him down. Now, they did score, but, kudos to that young man for staying with it and making the tackle.
Shellhouse will go under center, 3rd and 9 from the 29-yard line. And he looks to throw as he rolls to the left side. He's under heavy pressure, and he's just going to unload it and throw it out of bounds. It'll bring up 4th and 9. So a good play there by Shellhouse to not throw into coverage as he throws the ball away. And we'll see what Ansonia does here. I'm more than likely going to punt the ball away with 7:35 to go here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, he was under heavy pressure right there, and like you said, fortunate to unload that thing and threw it to a spot where nobody was going to get it. He actually threw it in the player section of Marion Local along this sideline here near us.
So Ansonia will punt to Marion Local and get the punt up, and it's fielded. Oh, it rolls. A nice roll there. And you saw number 18, Andrew Schmacher's back for Marion Local, and it rolls back past him.
Did a good job dancing out of the way of that football.
He did. So that's where they'll take over with 6:52 to go, and the clock continues to run. So, I don't know what the other scores look like from around the area, but we are hoping for that big matchup next weekend between Marion Local and Minster, if that happens, if our predictions are right, if we're reading the bracket correct. So, and I'm putting you in charge of that because you said that.
Sure, the pressure. The pressure.
So they'll go 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. Flyers lead 61-0. They'll hand the ball off, and they'll go right up the middle. And the ball carrier is number 28 for the Flyers. That is Landon Minton, a 5'10" sophomore, getting some carries here for the
Trayton Spence on the stop. Well, last report here, partner. Division 7, Region 28 at half. Minster 35, Cincinnati College Prep 0.
So we may get it, right? We'll have to wait and see.
Region 26 at half. Division 7, Leipzig 13, Delphos St. John's 6.
Hess hands the ball off right up the middle, and they go across the first down marker, and that is another Wabash Mutual first down.
The winner of that game would have the winner of Columbus Grove and Sycamore Mohawk.
Okay.
3rd quarter score, Columbus Grove 28, Mohawk 7.
Okay, so we're getting scores from all over the region here tonight. And right here with 5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter, Marion Local leads this one 61-0. Hess will bring him to the line. He's got the 2 backs behind him, a single receiver to the left and to the right. Hess is going to hand the ball off to the second man through, and not much going there. And a gain of maybe a couple. Ball carrier was, again, the number 28, Landon Minton.
Trenton Spence on the stop. Freshman for Ansonia. Got a bright future in front of him.
Gil, Marion Local has not allowed a first quarter point this year. Not a single point in the first quarter all year.
How impressive is that?
That is absolutely knowing what your opponents can and can't do.
Yeah. Now let me ask you a question. If you're the opposing coach, are you going to tell your players that?
No, not a chance.
Absolutely.
So they'll hand the ball off, and this is the first man up, and he is just carrying people and gets close to the first down marker. And watch this as he's rumbling, bumbling, stumbling. And let's see who that ball carrier was.
Couldn't quite see who that was.
I was going to say, couldn't get a number on that young man.
We can spot him out. He's got white sleeves on.
Did a great job there. So 3:45 to go here in this one.
Still trying to identify him. 26?
Is that who it is? 26? Yeah.
Let's take a look. That's Mr. Logan Ronnebaum.
We want to give them all some love. Yeah, we want to give them all some love. So Hess is going to swing the ball back, and they'll go off the left side and gets through the first ball carrier. First defender, and that's number 28, Landon Minton again. So everybody getting in on the action.
Keep an eye on number 14. He's out there pulling, looking for somebody. That's the quarterback, ladies and gentlemen.
Another shot, another great shot from our camera crew.
Boy, is he going to be a big kid physically.
So the cupboard is not bare at Marion Local, Gil.
When's the last time it's been bare?
I couldn't tell you. Not in my lifetime.
When's the last time they've lost a game?
It's been a couple years, Gil. Oh, goodness.
Couple. Yeah. Isn't it like a 60-plus games winning streak? Yeah. I've lost track, and that's partly because I ran out of Prevagen.
Well, look, I just have so much respect for this team, this community, these good folks. We get down to Marion Local, and they treat us great. And
sure do.
Coming up here through the bleachers tonight, and people saying hello to you, and just so friendly and nice. And look, when you win, you're in a good mood. Don't get me wrong. Mm-hmm. But these are genuinely good people.
Oh, they're good people.
Nice people, and they treat us really kind. So we appreciate them. So that'll bring up 1st and 10 with 2 minutes to go here. Marion Local trying to run the clock out, and they'll go right up the middle. And, boy, if he doesn't get hit there on the 30-yard line, he may break that one, Gil. And he gets another Wabash Mutual first down.
Is that Mr. Minton on the carry?
It is. Another big-time carry by Minton there. $61-0. Danny Holbrook, Darren Gilbert from Spartan Stadium, and we have seen an absolute domination. And stick around after the game as Gilly and I are going to pick a Stolly Insurance scoreboard. You call it, you name it, player of the game. So Marion Local is going to take a knee here with a minute.
Classy act right there.
Absolutely. Marion Local takes the knee. Now they'll have to take another one, Gil.
Great sportsmanship right there.
We are under 1 minute to go. Marion Local is going to win this one 61-0. They'll move on to the 4th round as they head towards a 3rd consecutive state title. Congratulations to Tim Goodwin on another big win for his program tonight.
Yep, him and his staff, well-deserved.
Absolutely. They do a great job. And
playing for a regional championship next week, Region 28.
And big number 14, Brennan Hess, takes the knee, and that'll do it. The last play of the game, the Marion Local Flyers defeat the Ansonia Tigers 61-0 as they move on to round 4 of the Ohio High School football playoffs. And, Gil, just total domination.
Total domination on both sides of the ball. You know, they won the battle up front. They took away the strengths of Ansonia, and Ansonia just could not recover from it. And then a couple of the miscues that they had, whether it be on special teams or turning the football over, it just snowballed. And Marion Local, when you play against a team like that, and Marion Local is going to take advantage of it, and that's exactly what they did. And, Ansonia's had a great year. To get as far as they did in round 3 of the playoffs. Coming in, the competition is going to get stiffer, and they ran into a very, very, very good Marion local team.
61-0. We come back, we'll wrap this one up. You've been watching high school football on WOSN. Welcome back to Spartan Stadium, where the Marion Local Flyers defeat the Ansonia Tigers 61-0. And now it's time to pick our Stolly Insurance Hustle Award. You can check out highlights of tonight's Stolly Hustle Award winner on the WSN YouTube page. And Gilly, I think you and I are both in agreement. The tone setter for tonight, number 34, the captain, Drew Louse, the defensive player of the year in the MAC. He starts the game out with an offensive touchdown.
With an offensive touchdown, turns around, and the defense goes on the field, 40 seconds into the game, and he sets the tone for the Flyers defensively with his style of play. He's one of the four linebackers, that are just all over the field. But, he's a young man that brings it every night. And a well-deserved honor for the 6-foot senior, Mr. Drew Louse.
Yeah, does a great job. And Gilly, Ansonia finishes the year 11-2, a fantastic season. Again, they just ran into maybe one of the best small schools teams we've ever seen in the state of Ohio, and they played with class, they played with pride and honor.
Sure, and Ansonia is going to go back and look at this in years down the road. They're going to be able to reflect back on this and say, you know what, we got to round 3 of the playoffs, and we lost to a team that had won so many games for the year in a row for years, sure. So to speak, and nothing to be ashamed of.
Let's take a look at Region 28 bracket here, Division 7 football. And at last report, Gilly, we saw Minster was leading that game, so we may get that Marion local Minster rematch.
Boy, if we do, there's going to be a ton of folks from that area down there watching some football. Be interesting to see where they host the game, for that, because both of these teams follow football. And there are going to be a ton of people at the football game. And, Marion local – struggled a half with Minster.
Sure,
I think it was 7-0, if I'm not right.
21-0 final, yeah.
Ended up 21-0. So, yeah.
Hey, I want a big thank you to the athletic department here at Lima Senior, John Zell, Darnell Collins, the principal, everybody associated with this place. They do a fantastic job of hosting us. Let's thank our director, Wayne Getz, our camera people, Derek Henry, Kelsey Beimer. Fantastic job. Darren, you did a great job tonight, buddy.
Oh, I love working with you, Danny. I love working with everybody, but you know what? It's a pleasure to work these games with you, and we can laugh and carry on. But, more importantly, we get to see kids that want to be out there, and they represent their communities with a lot of pride. And,
sure.
And just another pleasure, Danny.
And that'll wrap it up. The Marion Local Flyers win this one 61-0. For Darren Gilbert, I'm Danny Holbert saying we'll see you next week. You've been watching high school football on WOSN.